from Jack Yates High School and Texas Southern University. This is a bad brother. When God does it, he does it right. So let's just watch this video. Turn it on, Curtis.
And I held it at the Emmys. How's everybody?
Because that's what Ride or Dies do.
Exactly.
Right? Yes.
Exactly. And you know what else I love?
What?
I love my court shows. I do. I really think that I should have been a judge in another life, huh, Jeannie?
Oh, I bet you would have been a tough one, Lonnie.
Yes. Well, let's just keep hosting our show and leave the judging to the professionals.
All right.
Okay, then, in that case, let's look at the nominees.
Yes.
Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program, The People's Court.
You are suing for half of your son's ashes.
My son was introduced to drugs by him.
Did you introduce your child to drugs?
Yes.
Did you have your son selling drugs for you in his high school?
Lauren Lake's Paternity Court.
My father just stranded me. How can men have sex with women, get them pregnant, and then just leave them?
What I try to do is be a voice for kids like you. No matter what happens, you're gonna be okay.
Judge Mathis.
My son had passed away.
You want to determine whether her son is your grandson. It's not your grandson. We come to you asking for healing of the heart.
Judge Judy.
You assaulted him holding the baby.
I was just trying to get my baby from his arm.
So the response is to jump on his back and beat him on the head while he's holding your baby. I was crazy. I was crazy.
Couples Court with the Cutlers.
One day I went in his drawer and an extra condom is missing. He told me the dog took it.
I've never heard.
Oh,
The
well,
dog ate my condom.
And the reality is, even though you were blaming the dog, she thought you were the dog.
All right. The Emmy goes to, come on, Lonnie.
All at once, ladies.
Okay.
Let's see.
Lauren Lake's Paternity Court!
Wow. Wow. I feel like this is a dream. For the last couple weeks since the nomination, this whole team was just excited to be nominated with an amazing group of other court shows. Legends like Judge Mathis, Judge Judy,
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? I'm real informal. I'm going to just sit down right here. Great feeling, right? You see that? I was up there with all them stars and everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I was signing autographs and everything. Who would want to do something like that? Who would want to experience that? I mean, seriously, raise your hands if there's something that you think you would want to experience. Yeah. Yeah, any award show. Anything like that. You might be an Oscar, it might be an Academy Award, it might be an Emmy, it might be something else. Who would want to experience something like that, honestly? It's a fantastic experience, y'all. Fantastic experience. It's literally the pinnacle of my career. I can't get any higher than winning one of these working in the television field. You understand what I'm saying? If anything, I can just win some more. but it gets no higher than that. So at this point, I'm the senior producer on the #1 court show in America, basically. And really, I was a double nominee because the couples court show, I'm a senior producer on that show as well. So I was nominated twice. So I had the opportunity to win for either show, which is a blessing in its own. This literally just happened Sunday, if y'all didn't know. So I'm right off a plane. Miss Hickman said, hey, do you mind coming over here to speak to some of the kids over here at Yates? And I jumped at the opportunity. And why is that? Because I was sitting right here where you guys were 20 years ago. Last year I celebrated my 20th anniversary, 20th reunion, graduating from Jack Yates Senior High School in 1998. I'm a 1998 honor graduate of JUI. And it was a great feeling. Did I know this was gonna happen? No. Have I been working hard for it though? Yes, for a number of years. And I just wanna leave you with a couple of things. One thing, I'm gonna tell you just a little bit about how I got to this point, and then I wanna tell you some of the things that got me to that point. I know a number of you are seniors. How many seniors do we have in here? A lot. So a number of you are going to be going on to the next level. So there's a level of focus that a number of you have to have. Going out of this year, out of your senior year, going into college, and then hopefully in 4 years graduating from college and then going on to another part of your life. So when I left Yates in 1998, you know, I was an SOC. When I say I was an SOC rat, I stayed up in there. I don't know how many of you guys are radio or telefilm focused, but I stayed up in there. When we were doing the Jack Yates Community Forums, we had our partnership with Channel 2 doing news packages. I stayed in the editing suite. I stayed in front of the camera. I stayed behind the camera. Just because I didn't know exactly what I was going to want to do in television. I just knew I wanted to work in television. You understand what I'm saying? So since I did not know what exactly I wanted to do, I made sure I learned how to do everything, right? So I didn't limit myself to just one thing. Oh, I'm just going, a lot of you, I just want to be on TV. I just want to be a host, or I just want to be that. Who's to say that's going to happen? Yeah, if you work hard enough, absolutely you can. But God may lead you on another path. Are you going to be prepared there, right? So I learned everything. I got to TSU, and guess what? I had busted my butt so hard at JY, knowing everything, that by the time I got to TSU, I was ahead of everybody. I was already editing. I already knew all of the processes it was to run a TV show, work a control board, all of those things, because I learned them things right here at Yates. So when I got to TSU, I breezed through that, ace everything. I graduate cum laude from TSU, get a full scholarship to TSU, graduate cum laude from TSU. After I graduated, I said, now I have an SOC. I'm an undergraduate of the School of Communications. Now I'm an honor graduate of Texas Southern School of Communications with a television focus. So I was in Media Tech at Yates. I was an RTF focus, radio, television, film focus at Texas Southern. Oh, I'm going to work in this field. You get what I'm saying? A lot of times you're going to find, especially those of you who are getting ready to move on and work or go to school, a lot of times you will get mired in a spot. You know what? Oh, it's tough out here. I can't find a job. It's hard. You know, I want to work in my field, but I need to make some money, right? Because we want to make some money. We want to take care of our families. We want to do our thing. Well, I just said, you know what? I am not going to waste my degree. I'm not going to go off and go do something else or whatever when I know God has a plan for me in this field. You get what I'm saying? So guess what I did? I waited. It was hard. I started grad school right away, graduate school. So I started grad school right away. So guess what? When I was in grad school, I wound up getting the opportunity to work on a television show. It was called Judge Alex. It was a court show. We used to film right here in Houston. I said, well, wow, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have to move to LA or nothing or whatever. I'm going to get a show. I'm working on the show. But guess what my job was? It wasn't no senior producer. What you think it was? Somebody just throw something out. What you think I did? Running cop, I was a PA. When I say I wasn't even a real PA, I was just like the litigant PA. You know what I did? When the people came in for the show, I grabbed their bag or whatever and I took them to their trailer, and that's all I did. That's all I did. You sure? You good? You need some Doritos? You need some Coke? That's all I did. And I didn't work every day on the show because on these shows, like my show, we film every other week. So I only was working 2 weeks out of the month for 3 days. But guess what I said? I didn't look at it as a disadvantage, did I? I looked at it from another's perspective. and that's one thing I want you guys to start being able to do, is look at things from different perspectives. I looked at it as, you know what, I'm working on a nationally syndicated show that comes on every day that people see. And in my position, since I was not focused, I wasn't director, I wasn't the host, I wasn't the producer yet, I could be able to see everything that's going on. You know what I call it? I call it being in the nosebleeds. You know when you're in the nosebleeds, you upstairs, way up high, right? And you're like, man, I'm way up here, these ain't no good seats. But really they are. Because guess what? In the nosebleeds, you can see what? Everything in the arena, can't you? So that's how I looked at it. So I said, now I have a little bit of a pinky toe in the door. It wasn't even a whole foot in the door. A lot of us are trying to, you know what, I just need to get my foot in this door, and then I'm telling you, I'm finna bust it open, I'm finna do my thing. I was just a pinky toe. And in my position, I wasn't going around shouting out or whatever, I'm gonna be a producer, y'all need to make me a producer. That's not what I did, because the Bible says your good works will speak for itself, okay? So what I did was, even in my menial little production assistant position, I busted my butt. I handled my business. I worked efficiently, I worked effectively. A lot of you are going to go into positions where they're going to be entry-level positions. Don't think that you're supposed to be the CEO just the next day. They want to see what work you're going to put in your job first before they think you can do the next job. Do you understand what I'm saying? Believe me here. So what I did was I busted my butt in my little job. And you know, thankful enough, somebody saw me working hard in that job and said, you know what, there's this kid out here named Robert. I think that he might want to come up inside and be a producer's assistant. I don't know if he can be good at the job, but I know he's good at this job. So maybe, just maybe, he might use this same work ethic up in there. And guess what happens? Next year, whatever, I'm an associate producer on the show. I get promoted that season to producer's assistant. So instead of me working two times a month for 3 days or whatever, now I'm working every day. Now I'm making my money, right? Now I come back, the next year I'm an associate producer. Ever since then, y'all, ascension. Do you understand what I'm saying? I've made more money every year that I've worked in television. Every year I renegotiate my contract. Every year. But guess what? I can't do that if I'm out there messing around. If my work does not speak for what I'm asking for. Do you get what I'm saying? I moved to New York. I worked on shows in New York. Everybody's heard of Maury. I worked at NBC. I worked at Trisha. I've worked on these shows. I moved to LA for season 1 of Paternity Court. And now our production company has 3 shows. We're adding a new show now. And I've been there since day 1. Now I'm a senior producer. I'm probably, if God says the same, I will be supervising producer next season, which means that I'm running all the producers. Do you understand what I'm saying? On the show. And it's just a testament to plugging and keeping on, okay? If there's one thing I want to tell you, especially the seniors, all of you, even right now at Yates, get focused now, okay? If there's one thing, and I do this all the time, I speak at colleges, I do this all the time. If there's one thing that every professor or teacher wants me to hone in on, it's the focus of the students, all right? You guys are in an enviable position right now. I envy you. You guys are learning and growing in the technological age. What you guys are learning in your communications classes, I did not learn. Do you understand what I'm saying? I am a part of now the old guard. You are making up what communication and media is now. Everybody in here has a cell phone. Everybody has a Snapchat, YouTube. Some of you have shows. Some of you are doing your thing on iMovie and all of these. I did not learn that. I did not have that. The age that we're going into, it's y'all that's gonna run it. Do you understand what I'm saying? In 5 years, when I am an EP of a show, I will be looking for you because I need your ideas. Do you understand what I'm saying? For those of you who want to be on camera, learn how to be on camera. Learn your voice. For those of you who are in theater, learn your voice. If there's anything that you want, you know what, I'm going to be on-air talent. You need to be practicing at everything. Anytime somebody has a camera and wants to film something, you need to be doing it. Because you cannot come here or come to me and say, hey, Mr. Gilmore, I remember you from JY. You came and spoke to my class. I'm really interested in doing this. The first thing I'm going to ask you is, what do you have to show me? For those of you who are in communications or in media tech or in film that want to be editors or behind the scenes, you need to be honing your craft now. The editors on our show make $1 gazillion because they are that great. I don't know who was all interested in. What are some of the things that you guys are interested in? Those are you in communication. Yep. Poetry. What do you want to do with that, though? Make my own poetry. Okay. And then what? How are you going to make money from that? That's what I'm asking. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, good. Anybody else? You don't know? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And record yourself. Those of you who want to be on air, record yourself. You need to see how you look. Listen, I am not doing anything but trying to give you and impart wisdom and give you tools, all right? I don't care to be, I'm not a motivational speaker by no means or whatever, but I think it's important that you guys see somebody who came from where you come from, all right? I grew up on 3253 Winburn. That's right down the street. Winburn and Burke. I'm right there. This is where I grew up. I'm all put together, whatever, but this is where I come from. I'm a product of this community. You guys are going to be products of this community. You already are right now. Don't think that you're just doing this for yourself. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are not. Do you know how many people are praying for you, have you in their thoughts, are supporting you that you don't even know? All because you are a Jack Yates Senior High School student. I'm telling you, this school is special. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? There's an education just coming out of this school alone that nobody knows about. Only us. You get me? Feel me now? Only us know about coming up out of here and what it means to represent this place. When I make my posts, I've gone to the Emmys now 4 years in a row. I've been a number of times. When I make my little post on Instagram, you know what I put? I represent you, Houston. When I walked on that stage, I carried all of James D. Ryan on my back, all of Jack A. Senior High School on my back, all of Texas Southern University, Detroit. I carried that on my back up there because I feel like I'm doing this for all of us. And I won't be the last one who was able to do those things. But it is a responsibility. It's a responsibility that you guys carry once you leave here. For all of you who are seniors and life takes you to different colleges or different jobs, you will carry. I'm a Jack Yates Senior High School student. Can't nobody tell me nothing about this place. You hear me? And if they don't know, they damn sure gonna know after they listen to me. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's special coming from here. I don't play no games about where I come from at all. And it's important that you guys see that and know that it is for you. It is in each and every one of you to be great. And wherever God takes you. When I pray, I ask God, I said, God, I ask you to order my steps. I've been asking him, I've been praying that for years. Guess what? I ain't prayed to God and said, order my steps to here, to here, to here. I just say order my steps so that you can carry me where you see me going. And he saw me going up here on the stage at the Emmys to say, shout out Houston and make sure these people know where you come from. And that's what I'm happy to do. I'm happy to be here. You guys are in a beautiful building. Take advantage. I hope that you guys that are seniors that are graduating, congratulations. I hope you have taken advantage of the education that you have gotten here. The social education, the real education, I'm thinking all of it because you're going to need it as you go off, believe me. Be focused. Stay focused. Find something that is going to motivate you. How many of you are going to be graduating for the first time? For the first time in your family, you're the first in your family to be graduating. Anybody? Or going to college for the first time. You're going to be the first time going to college in your family. You guys, you doing the first thing for your people. Do you understand? Don't take that light. Or those of you who are walking for mama or for grandma because grandma want to see you walk across the stage or mama want to see you walk across the stage. This real talk. This real talk. You are doing this not only for yourself but for others, which means that you have to continue to be great for them. Because it don't stop just after you walk across the stage in a couple weeks. It ain't stopping there. You got to continue. It don't stop right here for me. Because now everybody's going to expect me to, well, bring me another one next year, Rusty. Bring me another one. Now you got 2 more in you. I know you do. So now I got to keep on plugging. I got to make more money because now that I done walked across the stage or whatever, everybody's finna be like, yeah, you making that bread now. So what's up? Guess what? I got to keep going. It does not stop. God has given all of us the potential, y'all, to use our full selves and not limit ourselves. And I don't care to limit myself, and I'm sure not gonna let y'all limit yourself. So I'm giving you the push for those of you who are SOC graduates to come on and do this thing, because I'm gonna need you. I'm going to be looking for you in a couple years. I got 3 cards. I'm gonna give them to somebody that's gonna hit me in 3 years and say, hey, Mr. Gilmore, I'm on it. Because I'm gonna give somebody a job at some point. Somebody from here is getting a job from Rusty at some point. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I'm not giving it to nobody that ain't handling their business. Do you understand? I'm straight up. Somebody gonna get a job from me that's sitting in this room. Somebody gonna get a job from me in Atlanta, Georgia, or LA, or New York, wherever I am, and they're gonna be ready when they call. That's what everybody should be ready for. Because I know everybody. So all of you who want to act, I could put you on a show right now. Who wants to go to who wants to work on Housewives, or who wants to work on Love and Hip Hop? I got my people over there. It's going to be an opportunity for somebody. Somebody. But all of you need to be ready, because all of you will be called and be challenged at some point. Y'all got me? All right, cool. All right, any questions? You open it up. Y'all can ask me whatever you want. Yep, go ahead. Yeah, I got you, man. I got your poetry cat. Where your question at? Any more questions? Y'all can ask me whatever you want. That's cool. I mean, whatever you want. I know somebody want to know how much money I make. Somebody got to want to know that. I make a lot. It's a lot. I'll tell you like this. I won't tell you exactly how much I make, but let me tell you my boss. My boss, the white guy that was speaking or whatever, he's the creator of the show. No joke, that man makes about $15,000 a week. And that's just his checks, because he also, since he's a showrunner and he has 3 shows now, every time the show gets renewed, he gets a 6-figure bonus every quarter. So he pull in over $1 million every year just doing that. Just doing that. And I'm like probably about 3 or 4 notches under him, just about 3 notches under him. Next question. Yep. You say what? It is not fake. Actually, that's a good question. Our show is not fake. Most of them are not fake, actually. No, I'm telling you. I worked on a number of them, so I'm telling you straight up. I will be honest, some of the stuff that we have put on television, I couldn't even make up myself. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, people actually go through this. People submit their stories through, they call us, they send us email submissions. When you see at the end of the show, hey, do you have somebody that you want to yada, yada, yada? They call that number, it comes to us. We also have a lot of Facebook ads. We do a lot of Facebook ads, so you may see in the bar, you know how they have the little bar on the side, the ads on the side or whatever. Hey, do you have so-and-so going on? People will submit that way. They submit a number of ways, and we have to vet them. So that's why I'm saying they're not fake, because we have to vet the stories. If somebody says they're married, they have to show us a marriage certificate. They have to do all of that. We have to vet them, totally or whatever. The cases are amazing. It's not exaggerated. I mean, listen, you may give me 18 stories. Look, you may give me 18 stories, but I only need 20 minutes of tape time. So I'm not going to tell all of them. So I'm going to pick the 3 best ones. You get what I'm saying? Your shows like Love and Hip Hop, Housewives, their stories are exaggerated a little bit. They're real storylines, but it's my job as a producer on that show to kind of get the people together. So I say, I know you mad at him, so I'm going to make sure y'all come to the party together. Y'all at the same party, because something's going to happen. You get what I'm saying? And they film constantly on those shows. They film almost every day on those shows. Our shows, we only film every 2 weeks, and we film 30 cases that week. So we film kind of like back to back to back to back to back for the next season. Yep.
What's one of your experiences in life that you've given up and something happened where you had to keep going?
Yeah, I got fired from a show before. Listen, it's happened. And it happens. You know, in this business is fickle, I will say, for those of you who want to work in entertainment, it's a fickle business. You're only getting paid when you're working. If you're an actor or if you work on a show or if you're working on a movie, which I've done before, you're only getting paid that certain amount of time. So you literally have to always keep working, because as soon as you get fired or if you get, you know, a project ends and you don't have a new one to go on to, it's over. You're not making any more money until you go to the next project. So you almost have to always network, keep in touch. Do not ruin your relationships with people. Do y'all understand? Don't ruin your relationships with people. You may end a relationship, but do not end it amicably. End it on a good note, because you will never know when you have to work with somebody else again, or you're going to need them or their expertise again. So I would say, you know, I worked on a show in New York. It was called the Jeremy Kyle Show. It was a talk show. And I just wasn't good at it, like, honestly. You know what I mean? It was tough. I had moved from Houston to New York. It was a whole new transition. I was trying to learn the city and learn this new job because it was something I had never really done. And those things happen. You know what I mean? But again, did I get mired in my, oh, man, I don't have nothing? Guess what? I had made enough of a little mark or whatever there with somebody that I worked with that they forwarded me to somewhere else. Hey, man, I got this other opportunity for you over there. Blessing for me, and that's how I got to NBC, ironically. And look, this is how I look at it. Had I not been fired from that job, I wouldn't have got the other job at NBC. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I'm always looking at glass half full, not glass half empty. Don't be no pessimist. Don't always be like, oh, man, woe is me. You want to walk around like, oh, it ain't happening for me. Change it. Change your tune. That is not productive. If you want to be productive, you don't have time wasting your time sulking and sitting in the corner wanting somebody to feel sorry for you. Handle your business. Turn that energy into some, you know what, go get them, because there's enough opportunity. Next question. Did I answer that? Did I answer your question, honey? Did I answer your question before? Yeah. Okay, good. Yep.
Why did you find your voice? Instead of like becoming Oprah 2.0, somebody else, like an illusion of them, why did you find your voice?
I think that, remember I told you the story about learning everything about the business. So when I was working at that the show I told you guys I was just a PA, and I'll say this and I don't know if it's time. You got a couple of minutes. Okay. When I was working at that show and I was seeing everything that was going on, y'all, I was looking at everything. So I was looking at the director over here, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, but that ain't really for me. Then I was looking over here at the talent, and you guys don't know me, but I could easily be on television, easily be on television. And I was like, I don't know that I want really all of that limelight. I don't really need all of that. It's a lot. I'm already light-skinned. Like, it's already a lot of attention. So then I'm like, you know what? I was watching these guys come in and out, y'all. And remember I told y'all, I used to be the man that got the people bags or whatever. So these people would come in right behind me, and they would be all fly and dressed up, kind of like I'm dressed now, you know. And I would be like, and they would just be going in there talking to him. What the girl say or whatever, like, you hype them up? Yeah, we hype them up. So they going in there talking to him or whatever. They getting them going. They would go, they would do their show, and then they would leave. They would be gone. Like, all right, I'm gone, whatever, this over. So I'm sitting over there, y'all, and I'm like, who are they? You know, I'm asking the people like, yo, who are these fly people that keep coming in? And the lady said, well, those are the producers. So I'm like, yeah, but what do they do? You know, what do they do? And she said, well, there's no show without them. Like, they're the ones who get the people to come on the show. There's no show without the producers. And I said, you mean to tell me that all they do is talk all day, talk to the people, get them hyped up, they look great, and they make a lot of money, and that's it? She said, yeah. I said, oh, shit, that's perfect for me. That needs to be my job. And so that's how I found that I was interested more so in the creative side, because I'm an influencer. Like, I'm good at this. You get what I'm saying? So you have to know, like, I have a talent for a reason. What God has blessed me with, he has put me in the position to really do and be successful at. And I saw that early. So I said, I want going to do this, and I'm going to be fantastic at it. I'll make sure I'm gonna put all of my resources into being the best at this. Let me get somebody. Is anybody else before? Yep, go ahead. I have not worked with Jerry Springer. I've worked with a gazillion who have. What question do you have about Jerry? The shows used to be real. They used to be real. And then they started, after a while, they started just embellishing them. So if you say you had to come on and you wanted to confront your cousin because he was sleeping with whoever or yada, 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 they would amp him up, maybe add a little more extra into it. Now, you know, Jerry Springer has a court show now. It's coming out, yep. He has a court show. A lot of my friends work on that show. I'm not working on it, but it's going to be. They did not plan out the fights, but they do encourage the fights. Let me say that. Yeah, they encourage them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They encourage them, so you know it's coming because that's what the show became. The show actually became. They used to fight on their own, and then it just became a part of the show, and so they had to keep it going. Yes, honey. Yep. No, them both. They be coming on there like trying to get it. Let me. They did what? They paid it. Yeah, we pay our litigants. We pay them to come. Yeah, if you ever go on the show, if you or anybody you know ever comes on the show, we pay them. We pay them for their time. You don't pay for anything. So we fly our litigants that come on our show, especially paternity court. We pay for the DNA test. We would get you tested in Houston before you actually came to Atlanta. We would fly you out a couple of days before, and then you go through hair, makeup, you go through all of that stuff. I go over your stories with you, and then we tape the show. Basically, you can't get your results until you do the show. So that's really the hook. Any other court show, we pay the judgment. So if you was coming to sue him for $5,000 and you won, we would pay you the money instead of you having to get it from him. That's why people come on our shows. If you sue somebody, if you filed a small claims court and say, you know what, he stepped on my shoes, he ruined my J's, I want my $400 back or whatever, we would pay. If you win, we would pay you the money. Yeah, that's your advantage of coming, because there has to be an advantage to coming on here. You know what I mean? A lot of these people are exposing their lives, or they're being their most vulnerable, whatever. They need some incentive to come, so we normally do that. Yeah, that's standard. Yep. Yeah, I've always been great, man, at just being at tunnel vision. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think you have to realize that you're going to have them. No, not everyone is going to be happy for you. You get what I'm saying? Even those of y'all who walking across the stage, somebody hating. It's going to always be somebody hating. Okay, you know what I mean? But you have to know whatever that you are greater than that, and your purpose is greater than that, so that can't get you off. Because I think it's easy, especially for you guys who are younger, who are in your formative years, you're still learning, life, learning yourselves, who you are. Do not get tethered by somebody saying something that you know is not true. Keep it pushing. The chicks gonna hate, the niggas gonna hate. Keep it pushing. I'm telling you straight up. Somebody mad because this shit happened to me. You get what I'm saying? I'm being for real with you. Somebody mad or whatever. Damn, he got that joint. Instead of the natural, but that's us. And I choose to rise above that because I don't know what's going on with somebody else. I don't know somebody else's unhappiness, but I know my happiness, and I know my happiness is greater than somebody else's unhappiness. You got me? I think we have one more question. I think we have time for one more question. Yep.
Since we're wrapping up, what piece of advice that if you were to leave us with, you didn't want us to get anything but this, what would that be?
Like I said, I harked on it earlier or whatever, but guys, when I say stay focused, and I mean that. I really mean that. Stay focused. Like I said, you guys are in your formative years, you're learning a lot, you're experiencing a lot. There's going to be a lot of distractions. You guys have so many more distractions than I had when I was your age or I was sitting here, and it takes your focus away from what's really important. What is important is you being a fantastic citizen of this community, proud graduates that are learning and being productive citizens, I'm telling you. That is all that is asked of you. Nobody cares about what BS I did 15 years ago, only what I am doing now. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do not get mired in what the happiness that's right now, because it's going to be old and done. The little dudes that y'all messing with, they're going to be old and done in a couple of years. The little chicks, same thing, believe me. We ain't tripping on them. You guys have focus. You guys all have planned purposes for your lives. I want you to see them early so that you can hone your skills early and not later. I'm seeing too many people who are coming in my office saying that they want a job that are not prepared. I do not need that to be anyone that says they came from JY. You feel me? Got me. Boom. All right. Thank y'all. I appreciate it.
Those that can, I would love for you to take a picture with Mr. Gilmore. Thank you for being super transparent and humble. Guys, we have a lot of people that have graduated from this school that don't take the time out to come back. And he is super busy and came back. If you can, if y'all could just move up here, let's take a picture. Come on. Come on. Come on, y'all. Let's take this picture. Those that can, especially in my class, you better get in this picture. You don't take Miss Hickman, you don't have to. Squeeze in. No, you get in. You can take turns. You take mine, then all right. Okay. So I'm gonna get in the picture too, and then Miss Brown is gonna get in. Let's thank Mr. Gilmore one more time.